Q2 thing?
Hello.
I thought we were on this whole time because I came
No,
in
we
late.
weren't on. We're just. Do you think I would be smoking if we were on?
That's funny.
We've been chatting for 10 minutes and Juna thought we were already live. That's
Like,
awesome.
let's get to the questions, but we weren't even on yet. That's funny.
Oh.
That's
Welcome back to the PUD
Welcome.
Council.
Where's everybody from?
Yeah, let us know where you're from. We were just all chatting about going to Austin in a couple of weeks, except me.
Yeah, May's stuck in bureaucracy.
Yeah, having fun with passports.
May staying local. Maybe I'll join you guys next year. I think we should really do like a Print on Demand like improv summit and just like get together in Bansko. That could be really cool. So I'm pretty sure we all have European followers.
Yeah, I would say so. Hey, that's me.
I actually know a few of my subscribers are from Bulgaria as well. So
Wow.
No place like Bulgaria.
Sweden, all over the place here. Let's see how many continents we can,
yeah, good idea.
or countries, I
count
guess.
continents.
Count the continents. So we need North and South America, Europe, Africa, Asia, right? Pacific Islands, maybe.
That would be cool.
We definitely have Europe and US covered.
Covered. Europe. Nice.
Africa.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's cool.
Norwegian. Nice.
The island of Britain is on the chat as well.
Hey, that's Alan from my community. Hello, Alan.
Yay,
Nice to be
Alan.
here.
Oh.
Hey.
UK. Morocco. Nice. That's a good one.
3 continents in the house. Nice. All right. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Q1, kind of Q1 recap,
Okay.
and we'll talk about maybe our Q2 plans as well, or goals, and then we also had a new product launch on Amazon Merch. So we'll discuss a little bit about who got access, who didn't, what the prices are, etc. Yeah. Put your guesses in the comments. Did Juna get access or not?
And which ones do I have access to now? And I'm still waiting for.
I feel like it's always the thing. It's like, oh, there is a new product, and then Juna, really? I don't have access to that.
Hitting on hats, by the way.
You don't have cats?
No.
No, me neither.
But you do have mugs. And
I have
right?
mugs.
Do you have tumblers?
I have
Okay.
tumblers. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't
Yeah,
have
you
the
don't,
polos,
especially.
though. I don't have the polos and the whatever comes with the polos. The long sleeve or the quarter sleeve, 3/4, whatever they call that.
Performance zipper, stuff like that.
Performance, yeah.
When they
Performance
launched,
what?
when they launched the sun visors, I thought there were
sun
sunglasses,
visors,
like
that's
sports sunglasses. I thought that was what it was. So then when I went into my dashboard and looked at the crate page, it's like these old like people's like golf caps.
Yeah, it doesn't have a top. It's just the front with the visor. Yeah, and then a thin strip in the back kind of thing.
I think I used that like once when I was a kid, but it was a really long time ago since I saw one of those.
Yeah.
I had no idea people were like still actively like using them.
I don't know. Amazon's bringing it back, I guess. I don't know if it's a style thing or I haven't seen people use them, but maybe with enough sales on Amazon, it's coming back.
Yeah, could be.
Summer. It's spring and summer, so there it is.
Yep. This is the
Oh,
new
a lot
product.
of people wear that here.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's it then.
Maybe they. I think like it's I don't know. For people like that the hat gets scratchy
Right.
or
You
I
can
think
still
like
expose
some
your
guy
hair.
thinks, like, yeah, like it damages like your roots or something.
Yeah,
So this is
Just
only
like
if you want to have like forehead acne. This you do
right.
that.
And blocking the sun, right? It's just a
Yeah, of
visor
course.
part, but then
It doesn't block your sun from your head. It just
not your
blocks
head,
your sun
just
from
the
your face.
eyes. Yeah, yeah.
And Alan just said it's used a lot in golfing. I do think that's a good
There you
suggestion.
go.
There is probably a few sports like tennis where this is really popular.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fishing, maybe. I don't know.
They have a better grip on the head because, like, it's especially for women, it's a bit of a different grip on the head. And yes, they do use that in golfing because whenever I go to Pier in Golf, I see like a bunch of people wearing those. So
There you go. What do I know?
cool.
not that I'm golfing there.
We
I
should
just have,
get
like,
some
my-
and use it at the conference, or use it on one of our podcasts. We all get one and put the POD console right in the front. And
I think we need POD council merch.
there you go.
Yeah.
Philip has
For,
the rights to it, so he
For
would
our
have to.
loyal.
It's like
30
Philip has
viewers.
the rights to it, so he needs to send us free merch.
I nominate Philip. No. Oh, North Africa. Yes.
One
Well,
of
we
these
already
days,
had-
I'm going to find my hat and join you guys with a hat on the show.
Well, see, if we get one of these, then you could still have your hair in the, and it would work with your hair too, Andres.
Hell yeah. By the way, this is a small tangent. I just got to say this because I'm so excited about this. So when I'm going to the US next month, I need to get like these micro SD, like for my like I bought a new camera from the recommendation of Philip,
Nice.
and
DJI?
I need to get.
Which one did you get?
I got the DJI Pocket Osmo 3.
Oh, nice. I got the 2 one. I like that. I like it very
Yeah.
much.
So I got that one, and I also got some lights. But apart from that, I need some more gadgets to
More
for my
gadgets.
SD cards. Yeah, I love gadgets. But then my girlfriend got a 3D printer.
Oh, nice.
That one, exactly that one.
You guys bringing that? Nice.
Yep.
I gotta get one.
Oh, yes. But
That's really cool.
using 3D printers has completely like tickled my brain. So I've done these small little
Whoa.
SD card holders with
Nice.
from 3D printing,
Wow.
and it's
mate.
so
Wait.
good.
Let me pin you so we can
Yeah.
actually see it. How
Let's
does
see
that
it. We
work?
gotta zoom
Can you
in.
send a photo of that in our chat? Because I got a 3D printer downstairs and I can ask the guy to make some of those as well.
It's
how do
absolutely
we pin-
insane
There
because
you
I really wanted to bring like some small SD cards just in
Wow.
case if you need. And this will
Wow.
work for them. And they're so small. They're so small. It's so small. And
I
this
just
whole
used mine in the
Love that.
DJI box. So
yeah, but it's insanely good because I don't really have a good. If you want several ones, like I have 2.
Mhm.
Plus, if you want some adapters, but it's so insane that you can print with 3D some small gadgets that hold your SD cards.
That's
I have a passport holder too now. I am
Wow.
blown away by 3D printing.
we're living in the future.
I think
Exactly
3D
what
print.
you-
I think discovering 3D printing at this point to do this is like you're living in the past.
Yeah, I know,
This
but
is
still
old
exciting.
technology by now. I think it will be like it will be more like new technology if there was like an AI where you're like, this is my SD card. Design me something for it, and
Oh,
then
that's
it just
future.
designs it. And yeah, I don't think
That would
that's
be
so far in the future. I'm pretty sure like one of my neighbors is working on it downstairs.
Wow.
They converted half of the co-working space into like a 3D printing area.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Damn. Cool.
someone got like massive 3D printing machines. Kind of look like a mini fridge
Whoa.
or something. At first, when it arrived, I was like, "What is this?" Like mini, yeah, like a. It's
I have
really
not-
big for 3D
I've
printing.
not dabbled into 3D printing yet. That would be fun. I would love to print like these things, like these Funko Pop kind of things. That would be fun.
Ah.
I
Yeah.
think the first thing I'm gonna do is like a chess piece, like a chess set.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Make your own.
There's so much you can do. It's awesome. It's literally so awesome to do it.
Very cool. Or
Are
maybe
we gonna
Amazon.
do chatting, or are we gonna do like comment, like answering people today? We don't
Mhm.
have like a
Mhm.
plan.
Well,
We do
we're
have a
going to
plan.
talk
You suggested it.
Q1. Yeah.
Q1, Q2.
Q1. Q2.
Okay.
And we'll just close off the sports visor discussion, I think, with who actually has access to it. So,
Yeah.
Andreas, do you have access to them?
I got access to them. Yeah.
Of course you did. The one person that doesn't upload.
Sorry.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
One day I'm going to open a Merch by Amazon account just to see if products open up to me faster than they do to Juna. I think they like really don't like your account. They're like,
don't
we're
need to
going to give you
open the
things
account.
last.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, like I have like 80% of my designs uploaded, and like 40% of my designs are sold. But I'm still, and I have
That's
over
pretty good.
20. Yeah, but I also have over 20,000 sales. I have 22,644 sales,
Okay.
and I'm still in tier 4,000.
Oh, that makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one.
You win
thing
some,
that-
you lose some. You win.
Exactly. I really want to honestly add more to Amazon merch because I can really see the trajectory is insane.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of hold up by that one. So you got that one on me.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So I'm guessing, Juno, you didn't get access, and I didn't get access either. So
No
That's
no
not a
hats,
big
no
mystery,
hats, no visors, no whatever is in that whole group of things. So.
yeah.
But Philip,
Sadly
you
not.
do have you have access to hats, right?
No, just mugs, water bottles.
Oh, I thought you had access to hats.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Colors. No.
You just are designing for hats in the event that it will happen, right? Didn't you say you were designing
That
for
was
hats?
my plan. Yeah, I still haven't done that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good to have plans.
But yeah, let's talk about Q1 then, because
Q1.
it's coming to an end.
Q1.
How's it been going for everyone? Let's make the rounds. May, how's your Q1 been?
Well, I just recovered from my third time having COVID in 2026.
Oh, that's not
Third.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic Q1.
No.
I have no idea. Like, yeah, me and winter and snow and cold and people coughing doesn't add up well. It's pretty much been like 2 weeks at home, 1 week recovering, going out, finally filming a video, going out to partying 2 days after I'm sick. So like between our last live and now, I've pretty much been sick almost the entire time.
Wow.
But I feel like, it's kind of annoying because I'm still like working and stuff. I just like can't film or can't do other stuff. And I'm not just talking about my channel. Like I started the human design channel and I was working on other stuff. So I was like brainstorming ideas. But I feel like in a way, and I'm going to say this while knocking on wood that it's not going to be more of this, but it's been kind of a blessing because I feel like this year, like everybody's starting something and like I've had so many things that I wanted to start. And I know that if I was like full-time healthy, I would have started them. But these are things that I like not really regretted, but it's kind of like I had this idea and I had this idea and I had this idea and I didn't act on any of them fully because no voice. And now it's kind of like in the last few days, it's kind of like pieces of a puzzle, like from each idea that I have. It's like, okay, this piece or this piece, and it adds up to something else. I've done a lot of let's call it administration stuff, like organizing a bunch of ideas. Finally, like making a notebook for every idea I ever had, or like making sure that it's indexed so I can access it. I really wanted to finish 2025 by my Instagram bio, just for the fun of it, and I had a book published last year, but it's like a poetry book, so I feel like more like a poet than an author. So I actually did like my master notebook for all of the book ideas I ever had, and outlines and plot loopholes and timelines and stuff like that from pretty much everywhere. Like I found ideas of short stories, essays, and books that I started writing in 2018, like over in my like Google Drive. I've been going over like my old Canva designs, old Google Drive, Procreate, and a bunch of stuff. So I feel like a lot of those have come into like some of the ideas that I had that felt stuck or felt like insufficient to be a novel of their own. Within them, I started seeing like a theme, so I can actually publish a book of short stories, which is like 50, 60 pages per story, or could be less as well. and some more ideas for like a full-on novel that I'm working on, as well as another niche and more tutorials, and was working on the collaboration that I sent you guys in the chat. So it's a print-on-demand wall art company. I'm not going to name them now because no spoilers. They're in Latvia. They only fulfill from Latvia, but they ship worldwide, and they have sizes I've never seen before. They have neon frames. I've never seen these types of frames, like, and multiple types of like canvas and textures and stuff. They have wallpapers, like wall murals as well, like flat out peel and stick wall art as a sticker for the wall, or for like wood. So I've been working on a collaboration with them that will be several videos. So kind of like planning pretty much 8 products per video. And I'm pretty sure my entire apartment, like what I showed you guys in that photo was.
Can I share that photo?
Yeah. You can share both. I think I sent 2 of those. So that is my height, and I am 166 centimeters.
Oh,
That's on the ground? That's on the floor?
Yeah, it's on the ground, and I'm standing next to it.
Wow, that's huge.
So that is I think that inside of this one was the 150 by 50, so 1.5 meters. And in that case, it's like, they put it inside a cardboard and inside bubble wrap to make sure. And if you think about it, if you take a canvas that is 1.5 meters by 50, and then you put that canvas inside a frame.
Yeah.
And then you put it in a box. So the whole point of it was like, I was supposed to get most of the stuff. Like they use FedEx when they ship in Europe. And then I got like an email from DHL, and they were like, yeah, FedEx didn't have our sizes.
Wow.
For that one. So there's a bunch of them coming, either framed posters or framed canvases that are going to be like way over 1 meter.
Wow.
And they have like very different sizes. They also have the double palettes, I guess. I don't know if I sent you like the other photo, Philip. I think I sent it in the group of like the 3 things that were like stacked on top of each other.
Can't see the photo.
But yeah, so I've been chatting up with them a little bit, I guess. While being sick, I can at least upload designs. I think like I have. These are like 3. I'm supposed to get like 17 more, I think, for several videos. Some of them are going to be smaller, obviously.
You say 17 this size?
Yeah. I was like literally like, I need to get my spare mattress and put it in my living room so I'm just going to crash here, and my bedroom is going to turn into a storage unit. And honestly, thank God for like the maintenance staff here, because there is no way I can get like 3 of those from downstairs to my apartment. I can't. I don't even know how to do it in a video. I need to like think, how am I gonna film?
Because it's so big.
Yeah, like I can't like really hold it in my hands. It's like one of them is like the size of me, and I'm not that small. But there's like a lot of those are coming up, so that's pretty exciting. And I think I was like mostly like cooking up with ideas and stuff. I'm just really happy that like a month and a half ago I was just like filming.
Oh, there you go. Whoa. And that's a regular size door, right? That's not like a small door.
Yeah. This was like, I had to like wide lens it out to film it, and they're tilted. Yeah. So these are like the big ones. I think I have like 2-3 more of these. But yeah.
They're all canvas or empty canvases, or
yeah, I think these are all for the canvases. These are all canvases. And like I think they're like, Juna, you were asking like how much they were. Like the 50 by 150 is cheaper than Printful's 90 by 60, which is the biggest size. And they have frames that are not like, I feel like, if you look at like Fine Art America, which used to have like a variety of frames or whatever, or other places like in Canada or fulfillment centers there, I have never seen these types of artworks in my life. That's think like an actual pink neon frame, or like blue and stuff. You can. I have like one of them that is going to be for an ideogram video, which is just like a photo of a Highland cow. Like my audience knows me and cows, in black and white. And the fact is, like, it really does make the difference that the frame is like yellow, or the frame is like neon green. And they have all kind of like vintage bronze frames. So I don't know if you remember, like there was a time on Etsy and even on Fiverr, people were selling the whole, I'll make a portrait of your dog as if your dog is like King Charles or
I've seen those.
Whole royalty. So imagine doing those with an actual bronze frame.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. So they have those. They have the wallpaper. I think I did for both like the framed, like the posters and the canvases. At least one of them is for coloring, because I'm really into like coloring posters. So
Oh,
like
I never
create.
thought of that.
I had like videos on that like 2 years ago. I sold loads of those on Zazzle.
So is it like
Um,
a giant coloring book, and then you kind of paint in
It's
it,
like a
or
no, it's like a coloring page. Think about a coloring page.
like a
Just make it
coloring
into a
page.
poster, and then someone orders
Nice.
it to color it.
That's so cool. I never thought of that.
Yeah, people do that depending on the types of like dye and stuff. People can do that also for puzzles, or can do that for pillows, depending on the fabric of the pillow.
Mhm,
Like the printful ones, it's not going to catch because the printful one are extremely silky,
mhm.
so they're not going to absorb it. But if you have like someone who makes like canvas pillows and stuff, you can definitely create
That's
a
really cool.
coloring pillow.
Coloring pillow.
Yeah.
And then you get
So
fabric paint or whatever, and then you.
yeah. So with these ones, I actually spoke the canvases. Like I was like, I want to do something for coloring. So also for the canvases, because they have cotton stretch, they have gallery cotton, they have gallery polyester, stretch polyester, and also for the like if you're doing any kind of posters. So for example, if you're doing posters that are photo glossy or any kind of finish that is glossy, you cannot color over it.
Mhm.
You have to have like some kind of matte paper,
Mhm.
but the matte cannot be too absorbent.
Mm.
And even with that, it depends on what kind of colors you can use on it. Can you use Sharpies? Can you use watercolor? So I was like talking to the company literally like, what colors can I use on them? And even for the wallpaper, what types of wallpaper can you put on each type of surface? And I feel
Yeah.
like that's also like a part where I think like a lot of people don't really think about when they think about like designs. People constantly think about designs rather than like product designs or actually knowing their niche. So in that case, these things like just selling like not wallpaper but wall murals that are peel and stick. And the best thing about peel and stick is that if you're renting a place, you can stick it on the wall and then peel it after you leave. It leaves no marks.
Wow.
So you don't even have to like, so instead of having wall art, which
Mhm.
by the way would cost more to ship if you want it framed and could be more damage, whatever, and then you have to like put a hole in the wall, you just
That's true.
get the actual poster as a wall mural, and then you just
Stick.
stick it on the wall, and then you can remove it after. And I think like I told you guys in the chat, if you guys want to catch up with them, if anyone is interested, because they do like Shopify and Etsy. For me, it's like more less the integration, but more like to do the shop review, I guess, like as a from the artist perspective, because I think like the whole like how is the canvas stretched? Is it stretched well enough? The quality of the frames, because like this is the world that I'm coming from before the online digital space. But I did like a lot of like very variant like designs as well. Like there was stuff there from Ideogram, stuff there from Procreate, stuff there that are photos that I took to really test it out. And I feel like that was like the most productive thing I guess I did in Q1, other than like being sick all the time and DJing a lot when I wasn't sick.
Nice.
Yeah, Bansko is
very
a very
cool.
party
Very
I've
town.
got some videos of that as
So
well.
yeah, I'm mostly like I feel like my Q1 has been 5% productive, 90% sick, 5% seeds for the next quarters.
The seeds are the important part.
Very cool. That's a
How
cool.
how about you, Juna? How's your Q1 been?
Well, okay, let me break it down. Amazon, January was really good. February and March, not as good. But I think
Okay, January better than Feb and March.
yeah, kind of weird. But I think it was just a some of my things kind of hit with January trends and things like that. New Year stuff, sports and stuff. But I did actually start my Shopify store in Q1. So just last week, actually, got it running. Keeping it secret for now because
The
I don't want
revamped
this.
version.
Yeah, this is the third version, and the last two versions was the first one was I tried to make this a Shopify store, which it is, but I didn't get to put ads on it because it wasn't working really well. So this one I'm kind of keeping it more secret and putting ads on it. And so far I got 8 sales. So since last week, Friday.
Nice.
That's quite a lot. Very quickly.
Eight good ones. So I think the niche is strong. It's good. I these are not found anywhere on any of my other sites. So you won't find these on Amazon or Shop or any of the other ones, Etsy. So yeah, so that's been exciting. And also this in 3 weeks ago, so still in Q1, Jay and I have a new community called the Shirt Heads. So we have a school community called the Shirt Heads, and so it's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many members have you got by now?
We almost got 100. We just under 100, and it's super simple. Like, we're not charging a lot for this one, just a little bit, so that, you know, to keep everybody in there, not to have just free for everybody. But yeah, all we're doing really is on Tuesday we have a Ask Me Anything, a live call, and on Thursday we redesigned one of the designs from our community. So someone from our community suggests a design, and both Jay and I go on to Kittl and we redesign it the way that we would do it, and then we give all those designs to the person that submitted it, and they can try it out and sell it if they want. So it's a win-win, because we get to try out our skills, people get to see how to design, and then they also get a free multiple free designs that they can use to sell in their shop. So it's been fun. There's also lots of other posts on there, lots of helpful. It's mainly about design though, so it's not everything POD. It's mainly about creating good designs and focusing on that. So yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, lots happening in this Q1 for sure.
It's interesting to see everyone moving to school.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I was kind of jealous to all you guys. Yeah,
because now Jay has a community hosted somewhere else, right? And now
he does
a school one.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's awesome. I think that sounds like a good combo, because you're both really like t-shirt design focused and professionals.
Yeah,
and
we don't want to do exactly the same as everybody else, because we don't want to compete with you guys. Not that it's a competition, but we wanted to do something different, and we were doing this anyway. So we thought, why not make a school out of it?
Nice.
That's awesome.
Awesome. How about you, Andreas? How's your Q1 been?
My January is usually always slow, but then my February's been better, and my March is even better than that. This is on Amazon, so I'm happy with that. And then Etsy is it's a bit slower for the time being, but I'm also like doing it differently. Because my girlfriend has recently quit her job, so she kind of takes the reins of that now and is kind of steering that ship with my guidance. And but yeah, apart from that, all that stuff, I've been really deep into getting good at YouTube, and then really deep into software. So essentially, I've created my dream app, which is almost entirely finished, and it's one of the biggest endeavors that I've kind of done, because it just adds on top of everything, because to make apps is really hard. But I've essentially made, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 apps, and they all kind of talk to each other in the same suite. And I'm honestly really proud of it, because you can basically create designs, you can edit AI designs, and then you can program my own background remover. 2 of them, one that takes away really complex, like one's using halftone, using diffusion, and the other one that I'm blanking on, and then just a regular background remover, but an easy one with an upscaler. And then you can basically take that, push it to an SEO generator that creates SEO exactly how I think about them, SEO, in an Etsy way. And then you can trademark check it right there. If there's any trademarks, you can just swap that out right out the gate. Then you can push it to mockups and create all the mockups that you want. And then you can push that to Printify and then to Etsy, all in one go. So it's my dream app. It's the thing that I've always wanted. Plus, it also automates the really hard task with this that I spent 3 months doing with an accountant, and it solves the accountant part things with it too. So no, I'm not using OpenClaw, mainly because of the security risks. A good friend of ours called Jose Quiles, he uses it a lot, but I've been the security risks with OpenClaw, because it basically needs to run at basically needs to control your computer in order to function. I don't use that at all. And I also want to say I don't know anything about coding, so I'm really happy to be able to take all the things that I have in my head on how to do this and make it super simple with just a click of a button to just get all the things that you want. And yeah, it's only available for my community though. I'm not going to release it to everyone, so it's just a part if you're in the community, because then you know how I think and you kind of, yeah, it's just an exclusive suite of apps that I'm insanely proud of and that I'm using myself daily. But it's only available for my own community. But yeah,
that sounds cool. Sounds difficult.
It's really difficult, especially like the designing part, because that I really wanted to get everything in there. So you can basically take AI designs, you can do everything that you kind of imagined that you wanted to. So usually when you make AI designs, something gets off, and you can usually just tweak that, is what I call it in my app. You can do that easily. But then also, like, one thing that really grinds my gears, for anyone who's seen Family Guy, but one thing that really grinded my gears is background removers. I don't think anyone has like any big app has a good background remover, whether it's Canva or Kittle or anything. So I made my own. I'm really happy about that. It doesn't use the AI. I just programmed it to how I want it to. Plus, it also works with like bootleg designs as well. It has a more complex background remover as well, and you can do this in bulk. Yeah, it has literally everything that I've ever wanted. So I'm insanely happy about that one. But it's insanely difficult to. Yeah, I started making these apps in August of last year, so it's taken. I'm still not done with them, but most of them are done.
Nice.
It takes basically like, so the thing is that like I don't know anything about code. I just know how to copy and paste. I'm the best copy and paster in the world. And so, but the thing is that you have to get really clear on what it is that you want and how things actually work. And that's the thing that I love, because now I've basically done $2 million with print on demand since I started in 2022, and it has forced me to basically just dumb down exactly what a design is, exactly how to make a design, why my designs even sell in the first place, the things that I usually take for granted. Because usually, like, even when I teach here on YouTube, I feel like it's hard to just to convey the thoughts that I have that I usually always do. And this has forced me to figure out a system, which is basically within my app, a point system that basically gives you points dependent on how likely it is to sell, dependent on how many proven elements, styles, and fonts you're actually using without going overkill. And it really works. But it basically, the hard part is not the doing of the app when it comes to software. The hard part is that you have to really go to first principles, essentially, with every single part, whether it's SEO, if you're doing a SEO generator like I do, that actually works for everyone, whether it's design, whether it's making mock-ups. You have to go to the very simplest of things in order to make things really easy, and you really have to understand it at a super deep level, because usually I kind of notice that I forget these small things that I always do. Like I always do, for instance, 89 opacity when I make mock-ups, but all of those has to be like planned out, because the AI doesn't know that, only I do. So I have to be like the guy who just points in directions to fix everything. But so it takes, this one I've done since all the apps have started in August. I'm still not done, but I'm thinking like maybe a couple months. Like most of them are, like all of them are functioning, but the way that I want it to be, in like the smoothest ways, because there's still three ones missing that I've already made that I just need the Etsy API for. Once I have that, because I already got the other API key. Once I have that, it's all set. Yeah, it's insanely exciting. It's something that I've always wanted to do, because this would probably have cost me $50,000 to $100,000 in 2024 if I did it back then. So yeah, I'm insanely excited.
I need to try it still. I know you sent me access to it, but it does sound really good. I'll give it a try for sure.
Do it if you want to. Like it's a massive project, and I think you'll be surprised, because you can do literally you and everyone thinks differently, but like everything that you kind of want to do with an AI designer is in the AI designer. The only thing that I haven't really done, because the one thing that I've always wanted to do, that I might do, I'm not sure if I can, but one thing that I've always wanted to do is just to generate an AI design and then click it and change it. So I might do that later on, because that includes basically automatic vectorizing when you get when you actually get an
See.
image. But that requires a really deep architecture, so I might do that later on. But apart from that, to basically just click an AI design, change the text as you go, I think that sounds insanely exciting. You just generate something and then you can just click something and change it. You can technically do that, but you have to write it to tweak it. But
Wow. You mean edit it? Like it changes into like a font and then you just type.
Exactly. Think of it like you can just take, like if you do like a silly goose design with text underneath, you can just take that silly goose and drag it however you want to. And then you can take the text and drag that separately if you want to. And then if you want to take away the background, I programmed it so it always has a really green background that you can just use my background remover to take off.
Very cool.
But
so it's like layers. It generates it
like
all
layers.
into its own layers, and you can then individually edit those. You don't have to regenerate the whole thing.
No. Currently, you have to regenerate it with using tweaking. But the tweaking part, you only just say really simply what you want to change, and it understands it for you. But I've thought about redoing that and doing the layers thing that you mentioned with vectorizer, because it essentially just means that you have to auto vectorize it every time you generate a design. Because there's no other way that you can basically just go as deep as I would want to like take a font like Juna described and just change the wording with you typing.
Yeah.
And so it requires much more like deeper architecture if you want to do that. So I haven't done that. Currently, you have to tweak it, is what I call it. You just press tweak. It's still really simple, but you still have to make a new design. You just press generate after you tweak it, and then you basically
cool.
get a new design.
So I just did a video with Canva's new magic layers, and it's pretty cool. You can drag in an AI design into it and hit magic layers, and it changes everything to layers. But not only that, but it changes the text to a font off their list, because they have tons of fonts. And so the text is now editable. So when it changes it to it, you can click on the text now after you've done the magic layers, and you can edit the text to whatever you want using their font.
They had the texting before. They had the magic grab and the magic.
Yeah.
They never
but now
had
they kind of combined it all. Yeah, now they kind of combined it all.
I think I literally 10 minutes before we logged into the stream, I was like looking browsing YouTube to find the link to the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what is Canva magic layers or something? Like I saw that your video, but they had that texting from I think a year ago already.
Yeah.
But they never had the text could have been separated from the design, but they never had the elements in the design being separated.
That's right. Yeah. So
that's
now they went the next step. Yeah, they have all these AI tools, but now this is like the next version of what they could do, and to kind of put it all together now. So I thought
I didn't know about that. Thank you for saying that.
Watch Juna's videos.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna do that for sure.
Just that one.
Because that's definitely one thing that I'll try and implement.
Yeah,
into the app.
I think it would be helpful to kind of get your brain thinking on how they did it, so then you can do it.
Yeah, definitely. And it's called magic layers, right?
Magic layers.
Magic layers.
The advantage to Canva, and you could probably just get access to all the Google fonts, but they kind of look at the font that was done in the AI and kind of get their closest match to the font that they already have. And so it's not exactly, you'll see it in my video, the font isn't an exact match, but it's pretty close. And so it kind of changes it a little bit, but to be honest, not too bad, because you probably don't want to use the AI font anyway. You probably want to use a better font that
there is a trick that I used to do when it comes to separating the text. If you're doing stuff, I don't know, with the diagram or whatever, you can try to tell the software what kind of font to use.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Already, and then in the design, when Canva switches it to editable text,
you already have it.
It's already close to that. Or you can tell them make it like a sans, make it a serif font, or
make it serif or slab
just
serif.
define what kind of font you want.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not to flowing or gradient, because then Canva messes it up. It has to be kind of straight for that to be working. But I think with the biggest thing that I found that was the biggest problem was when you had the the magic grab for the text, maybe it left some like dirt behind or like
Yeah,
stuff.
sometimes.
So now that if it's all like on separate layers, then you can just remove that layer if
You
it's
can.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And
that
what
would be
was
nice to test it on. I
what
haven't.
was kind of cool was the AI one in my video was curved. It was arced like that, and Canva did it because that's one of the things that Canva can do. It can like
But I don't know if they
your
can still like
thing, and so
do like
it actually turned it.
they can curve, but they can't do stretch.
Yeah,
Like
they
they can't
can't
do
do
like
waves or
straight here
shit.
and then.
Yeah. They can't do the curve on the bottom and straight at the top kind of thing yet.
I kind of feel like
they should.
every single time I dive into a new AI tool and I go through like a period of like 2 weeks where I'm like, let me just use my Procreate and screw everything else. I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna illustrate it myself.
Yeah. True.
One thing, just to piggyback off a question that I think I missed, because I know that it popped up, but Epic One had you asked, what are you using to create the app? I missed to answer that. I'm sorry about that. But I basically started using ChatGPT until ChatGPT became really bad in like February, and now I'm basically only using Claude.
I was just gonna say like all the developers I know are using Claude now.
Yeah, but ChatGPT was really good in August up till February. But like one thing that they did, like one thing that people don't understand with vibe coding is that it's so simple. Like you don't need to use the the CLI. All you need to do is just ask for the files, and then it'll give you the files, and you just put that in another folder. You don't like because it's really hard to understand code. You don't need to understand like any of it. All you do is just ask ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT doesn't give you that; it just gives you, it truncates you, because it can't give you like a 2,000 line file. It could do that before February. Claude can do that now until they will stop it. So it's just a window that I think that where this will be possible.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just using Claude at the
have
moment.
a very solid logic behind it. Like that's the one thing that AI cannot really do for you. I feel like, they were saying like I've seen a lot of people like, oh, I'm gonna build an app with AI, and then like, why did it go wrong? And I was like, because your logic was wrong that you need to input into this. But I did have some friends of mine recently like started doing apps like from zero experience, and all of them said use Claude for the code, and if you want to understand the code, put the piece of code in ChatGPT and have him explain it to you. So
Okay.
that's kind of like how they use both of them. Like the logic they do by themselves, then Claude for the code, and ChatGPT if they have a question on the code, to not like interfere with the Claude flow. It's kind of like explain to me like I'm a 5-year-old, what does this code do?
But I do think
they
like
would
Claude
learn coding in the process.
Yeah, but I don't think you really need to learn coding. All you need to learn how to do is like copy and paste. But then you need
but that's the thing. You cannot, if you can copy and paste as much. Okay, if you think about it, try to bring it to the world when we're talking about designs. And if you haven't spent years doing a lot of designs, then you have no logic with color grades and how fonts match and how to align it on something. So there is something that ideogram can do for you, but then there is the things that you do that you know. And if you get even a tiniest bug in your app, if you know how to code, you would find it. Or you'll know how to change something if you really want to change it. Because if you're talking about, and I think like people who come with zero coding experience and can't even know where the background color is. So having to generate that is annoying instead of they would find it in the code.
No, I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. So the thing here is that like as long as I know design, I can and as long as I can say it like in really simple terms, to just say to Claude whatever to do, like whatever to do. That's the key thing here. Like I still have to guide it to do the exact thing that I want. I do not need to learn code at all, because it's still like when bugs happen, I just tell Claude what bug there is, and then it fixes it for me. It does come with bug, but just with anything. But I don't need to learn code how to do this. And
I'm not saying you need to. I'm saying like for what I've seen people do, like they wanted to have that added thing where if the code wrote something, they wanted to understand why this text does this thing.
Like, yeah, but for perspective,
in the process.
But for perspective, this app that I've like the 15 apps that I've built at the moment, especially some of them like are insanely complex. Some of them are 2,000, like some of them, which is one part, one file is just 2,000 lines of code, and it actually works. which is the crazy part. And I would never I've with ChatGPT, you sometimes had to change different parts of the code, and that kind of made it really hard because it usually like one code part like connected to the other. But as you can just ask for new files with Claude, you could do that with ChatGPT before. That's just the thing that fixes it. The hard part is understanding what to actually make, how it should work, like the actual like thinking behind an app, not the execution of the app. That's two different things.
Yeah,
And the proof of that is in the suite that I built. Because honestly, the cool thing is that you can just put in a design, and then it creates SEO exactly how I want it to. It checks trademarks exactly how I would check for trademarks. It teaches you how it actually works, and then you can just change them as you want to automatically using an API. So, and none of this is my code. I just teach it how I think. That's the hard part, not the execution of the code in my head. But that comes from now the experience that I've got since August of last year of making all of these really complex apps. But yeah,
congrats.
thank you.
Well done for pulling it off.
Yeah. The coolest thing is that they talk to each other. So like if you do like editing listings on Etsy, you'll be able to generate SEO. Like you just with a click of a button, you can just fix all the descriptions in one go, for instance, and just push that to Etsy. And it's I'm flabbergasted of the things that you can do, because I can all of these individual apps that are super technical, they can all talk to each other, they can all help each other. Like you can make mock-ups for the designs that you already made, and you would just a click of a button. It's absolutely insane.
Nice. All right, I'll do a quick recap and then we'll start getting into questions.
How was your Q1, Philip?
Right, Philip,
Yes.
your turn.
How was your Q1?
My Q1's been doing good. The March so far is not looking as good as February, but that's fine. Slight dip, but generally I'm very happy with it. Sales are up from last year.
Nice. That's always good.
And I've been focusing a lot on uploading new designs, trying to kind of automate my ads more, because I'm very lazy with ads, and I've been talking a lot with Mark Shaggy, who's got like an ads automation tool. So I'm trying to understand that and get used to it. Also been kind of switching my workflow a bit to Merge Titans, because I've been using Flying Upload a lot in the past, and I do think Merge Titans is in some aspects getting better than it. Right now, I've been speaking to Curtis a lot and giving him feedback on that.
Nice.
And it's looking really good. It's actually doing one of the things which I think you just described, Andreas, where it rewrites the listings to take out trademarks, which is really nice, because that's one of the things I'm usually too lazy to do myself, or like wouldn't really want to do myself if I'm uploading a lot. And that tool can highlight the trademarks, and then you tell it, take out all of the ones with multiple words, or take out all trademarks, even if it's just a single word, depending how you do it. So I've been switching over to that, getting used to it. And yeah, I saw a question actually before. It's kind of related to this, from Rip and Flip. Are shirt sales slow for anyone else in Q1?
Yeah, especially March.
It depends. It depends on how you like. How do you guys feel? Because I just feel like it can be slow, but I just compared like Philip said. Like I just compared mine to last year. Like mine are still up from last year.
So that's good.
At least I have my Amazon merch dashboard up at the moment, and yeah,
depends what you look at, right? That do you mean slow as in compared to the rest of the year? Then typically it is for most people slow. If you compare to last year, for me and Andreas, it hasn't been slow.
Yeah, I know why mine's slow though. I haven't been uploading as much because I've been focusing on other things. So if you're like me and haven't uploaded in a while, or uploaded less this year than last year, then that could be a reason.
Yeah, could be. And it depends on your designs, right? What's your strategy? Do you have evergreen stuff? Do you just chase trends, or do you have some seasonal designs that do well in early of the year? Like I'm selling quite a few Chinese New Year designs
Nice.
right now.
See,
Now?
So if you want to, there's still some selling for some reason.
nice.
Really?
Must be really
Just-
good.
Just year of the what is it?
The year of the
horse?
fire horse.
Yeah,
We moved from the wooden snake to the fire horse on the 16th of February. This
yeah.
is literally what I make content about. So
Nice.
yeah, I had the
It
Chinese
seems
zodiac.
like people maybe buy it throughout the year, whilst it's the year of the horse. I don't know.
Makes sense.
So if your sales are low in early, like in Q1, maybe that's something to look at. What is it next year, May? Which animal?
I think we're doing the fire goat next year. Let me check my website.
Ooh.
Because I should have I have I have like in my knowledge directory about like the list of years for Chinese zodiacs.
Yeah, year of the goat.
I think it's gonna be the fire goat, because it matters which one it's what.
Mhm.
I was thinking, like, I saw like these YouTubers or something, like, I was trying to calculate when was the last time we had a fire horse, and I'm like, 60 years. There are 5 elements, 12 zodiacs. They run on the same cycle. So when was the last of any of those years? 60 years ago. But yeah, the fire goat starts on February 6, 2027. But also 2027 is considered to be like a different year. Because like the 2025 was karmic year 9, which is the end of a cycle, but it ended up being a wooden snake, so it was rough for a lot of people. And then 2026 is considered a karmic year 1. 2 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. Then 1 plus 10 equals 1. Numerology. And then in 2027 you have the fire goat year, along with the first incarnation shift of human design, like astrology gates, in the last 400 years.
Whoa.
Like in the last 400 years, there have been the same 4 attributes, stars, whatever, affecting humanity, and they're switching in 2027. So that shift is going to be a very big, massive. I think it's like, I was looking and it started growing more than like just the normal human design communities. It's like really growing out there. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, the next one is the fire goat from the 6th of February, 2027. Anyone want to do goats on fire with a joke? I think I sold like a bunch of what's it called? Like stained glass fire horse. Like I did like a horse, like fire stained glass design with 2026, and I sold a bunch of notebooks on that. But that was like a lot. Like my audience bought those in like January.
You could really play on the word goat too, like greatest of all time. This is the goat year.
That's true.
Just saying. I bet people will buy it.
Some people might, yeah.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
my
why
goat
not?
year.
Try it out.
I think you should start putting it on Amazon. Maybe they
Okay.
will finally give you the option to put hats.
Yeah. That's why I'm not getting hats, because I didn't put the fire goats yet. So once I do that, then they'll see this guy needs hats.
Yeah, he's escalating. He's escalating to Chinese zodiacs and dad jokes.
That's true. It's a mashup of dad jokes and Chinese zodiac.
I think you found your sweet spot. I think it's like the maturation from like the kawaii phase, to, like dad jokes and Chinese zodiac.
Yeah.
Definitely
That
see
could
Juna
work.
like that. I think Juna has some really good dad jokes.
Oh yeah. There's a bunch.
Next up, someone asked, Akram Karui 8839 asked, do you think counting on POD at these times is a good idea for long career?
Ooh,
I would say
that's-
never at any time, because never put all your eggs in one basket.
That's good advice.
So either if you're doing print on demand, then you have print on demand designs from a certain niche on a certain platform, and then you sell like wallpaper on this website, and then you sell fabrics on that website, and then you sell on your Shopify store like mugs, or you have one niche that sells multiple things in it and multiple monetization methods. So like, for example, you have like a YouTube channel that is monetized and a Substack account that you can have like memberships and stuff like that. Plus you sell print on demand, plus you sell printables or digital items or memberships. that's how I would do it. I don't think that I've ever done just print on demand, because print on demand for me was always a way to monetize a niche versus to go ahead and do just that. It was like, I have something that I want to talk about, I have something I want to share, and it was always a combination. And right now, like with the human design stuff, that even I haven't like really done anything on the YouTube channel, and I just have like the Substack publications. So I have like a book on Amazon KDP. I have digital files that I'm selling with PayHip. I have print on demand merch that I'm selling with Fourth Wall, all under this one niche. So that's my recommendation. And I have like my other print on demand things are completely unrelated. Like I have pattern and surface design on Spoonflower, and I still have some like of the t-shirt fun over on TeePublic whenever I get bored and I just want to make some mess of something. But and I think I still sell on Displate and on Imprint for some reason. It's like sometimes it pops up, but I feel like it's whatever you guys do. Like I'm not even talking about like, okay, Etsy can ban you, Amazon can suspend you, Redbubble can kick you out, Shopify, well, your print provider can stop working. There can be strikes in the post office in the country that you're mostly shipping to. So many things that are out of your control that can go wrong. So if you're starting print on demand and it's working well and you want to commit to it, and it's like also making you good money, awesome. Minimize the heck out of your life so that this money is going to be money for later. It's not going to be money used now. Whenever we're talking about passive incomes, things are going on in waves, things are going on in seasons. I have seen plenty of people who start, for example, doing stuff around end of August, and end of August, September, October is pretty much the best time to start, like, for example, on Instagram and stuff like that, versus if you start Q2, Q3, like more in between Q1 and Q2 and Q3, like the Q2 mostly, because people are on vacation. They're not really on Instagram that much. And then all the hype of like the summer purchase, the end of summer purchases, or Halloween, and then New Year's Eve and Christmas, and they're like, oh my God, this is working so well. And then comes February, you're completely tanked. So unless you're doing it for years and years, I wouldn't count on it. I would foster it only if you actually like doing it and under a niche that you can never get bored of talking about, and doing it with other things, either multiple shops on multiple platforms or multiple ways to monetize the same niche, with print on demand being one of them. That's my take.
I think June has some really good perspective on this, because you've done this since 2005, if I remember correctly, right?
That's right. Yeah.
What's your take on this?
OG.
Yeah, I think. Well, here's my take. I think anything can be a good career. Like we see people on Shopify that's done it, that does really well. We see people on Amazon that's doing it, that does really well. We see people that's on Etsy that's done it, that's done really well. I know the question is about these times, right? Like, so the idea is like, because maybe we live in this time where the economies, we don't know, we're unsure, but really, I think anything can work. There's no real guarantees that it's going to work. Like you could have a 9-to-5 too, and that could go away, right? Like there's really no guarantees anywhere. So there's no like guarantee that if you're going on POD that you will be as successful as these other people and you'll have a very long career in print on demand. It is possible, absolutely, because other people have done it, but there's no guarantees for it. You're gonna have to try and see if it works. Yeah.
Same with YouTube. Like sometimes YouTube could just cut off your monetization, which has happened to me before, and then just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta roll. You gotta kind of roll with it and learn and grow and pivot and like do different things, right? Because there's literally no guarantees. And so to say that, should I count on POD at this time for a long career? I mean, I wouldn't count on anything, but there is a chance that it could work. And if it doesn't, then you need to learn how to pivot and do something. But
I think POD in itself being a long-term thing is definitely there, because people like AI is not going to replace people wearing clothing, and the print on demand model is a growing version of wearing clothing, right? It's a growing industry.
And we've seen the charts, right? POD is supposed to be like that. Can you write it?
I think the way the way the POD career works will shift. Well, it does always shift with time. Like marketplaces fall off or rise, or whatever happens. There's like Amazon obviously is in a bad situation right now with the discounts. Like that's a real struggle. But I think you're going to have that in especially right now because of the economy. You're going to have that in many spaces. So that's why coming back to what May said is really good. Is don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Have alternatives. But long term in general, I think POD will stick around. It will just change its shape or its model in a sense. How people
And I just
practice it.
And I just think like the phrasing of the question is a really interesting one, because I don't really see it as a career. I don't think any one of us really does, because like this is that type of creative type of way to make a living. Because I had this discussion with a community member earlier this morning in the community, and I've seen this across people doing like artists doing music, or songwriters. And this seems to be the case with any creative business, and that's that either you are really slaving away at that specific, like songwriters. Some songwriters are like they've sit in studios for like 10 to 12 hours a day just to make songs. Or the thing that I've found when I saw this was that, okay, in order to make a creative life work and to have a creative business, you need to have several income streams. In order to have several income streams, you need to get really good at a single one and then diversify once you're really good at the single one. So for me, that was hitting 7 figures with Etsy and print on demand. Then I started to head out to YouTube. I have definitely not mastered YouTube. And for 2 years now, over 2 years, I've just been all in to just learn that and get really good at that. And once I get good at that, I can pivot to the next thing, which will be music, but only when I'm really good at YouTube. So I think the key thing is to not think of it as a singular career, more of it like a creative life and a creative business. In order to have a functioning creative life and a creative business that is not inducing stress, I think we all just need to have, at the end of it all, the goal of having several income streams once we master one.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't take this advice as like the shiny object excuse. Just do 10 things at once and try and make them work.
Yeah.
Do note that like I worked on just POD up only that and nothing else for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
From 2022 to 2024. And with YouTube, I've done this since 2024, and I'm really deep into that, and I'm nowhere near as good as I need to be in order to go to something else. So you can only go to something else once you've hit the figures that you actually want to hit. Otherwise, you still need to just focus on one thing.
That's cool. And I think as you do those things, you bring the thing that you learn, like that can be your superpower. Now you're really good at POD, and you can transfer that into YouTube, and so you can bring your expertise to the YouTube space, what you learned there, and then
or a tool.
Stand out that way, because now you have that on top of not what everybody from YouTube has, right? Because you have a little extra thing that you've learned. So.
Exactly, because they stack on top of each other. So my idea is that when I master content and how it actually works, that's when I pivot to music, because then content won't feel overwhelming like it does now. Because then I can just focus on the music, which I've done since I was a kid, and just have fun. And still like have to challenge myself with the content, but I would still know it so deep since I've already done this full time now for 2 years. So
that's good.
They all stack.
Yeah. And you want it to be a little bit of a challenge so that you get better at it. If it's just boring and not a challenge at all, then you might not even want to pursue it or do it.
Yeah.
So it has to be a little bit of a challenge so that you learn and grow and all of that. So
exactly, because purpose comes from like growth. If we think of it in Tony Robbins terms, because I really resonate with that. The growing feeling is really. Yeah, the growing feeling is really a fulfilling type of feeling.
Yeah, you want to feel fulfilled for sure.
Yeah.
So it's not just about chasing the thing that will give you the most money or thing. So it's kind of a longer answer, but
Yeah, the chase is the growth to like evolve as a human being in the different levels. Because at one level, I think when you have mastered it all and you've worked so hard, I think the harder thing is to take a step back and find balance to see where it all fits in your life. Where does work fit? Where does relationships fit? How do I balance it all so it feels correctly in my own bones?
Yeah, that's a good point, because I think POD can fit with some people. I don't think it fits with everybody. You have to like try it and see if it works for you. And do you like actually doing these things? Because if you don't, and you're just doing it for the money, then I think you might quit before the actual money part gets
Maybe
going.
the
Because you
difference
really, yeah,
it's like the difference between people who I'm starting POD versus, oh, this is a nice method to be creative online.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
I know like from artist friends of mine who are like, actual like painters, for example. So they would have a painting of theirs that is sold for 1,000 or 2,000 euros, and they would use print on demand to have like 10 canvases like printed from their work that will be priced lower.
Yeah.
And that was just a way for them to make more money from
Yeah.
one painting, as well as make their art more accessible to a different type of clientele. They were not starting the day thinking, I really want to make money from print on demand. They're like,
Right.
no, I
Yeah.
want to expand something within my. I think like most of them were using Squarespace back then. I think like Squarespace is fairly marketed very well to physical artists.
Yeah.
So for them, it was like, oh, I can just slap on, add on Printful, Awkward Styles, whatever, and just
Right.
connect it and add a bit more revenue from the same thing.
Yeah.
Or
Because
even
they
like
love the creative. Yeah.
or even doing like their works on like, pillows or notebooks and stuff like that. But again, there is a big difference between someone like, I really need money, I need to do print on demand, I need it to work, which most likely it's not gonna. Because in that space, I feel like, when you want to do it just for the money, you're gonna need money.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna need money for the ads, you're gonna need money for coaches, you're gonna need money for a bunch of stuff. But if you're doing it from a creative outlet, and again, like if you're really connected with your niche, you can come up with things to put on t-shirts or slogans that ChatGPT can't even think about, and no one can think about. So your connection to it is much deeper. It feels more fulfilling to sell something like this. And at the end of the day, if you're really connected to the niche, print on demand is just one thing you can do, because you can also do a bunch of other things. And I've seen people who started a YouTube channel to talk about their niche in order to sell more print on demand products, and ended up getting monetized and having sponsorships on YouTube, not caring about print on demand. Or people who started, doing stuff on YouTube, it didn't really work, but then they're like, oh, maybe I'll take my information and put it on KDP as a book. So it's just about loving the topic of what you do. And if you have several topics, then again, that's where we come to several stores, I guess.
Could work.
But just treating it as just, I'm doing print on demand because I want money. I like just print on demand is a career. Print on demand is a method. The career is selling. Like
I would describe it as a way to monetize creativity. Like
yeah,
it's
but
one
like print on
option that
demand
you have.
is a method, because at the end of the day, it's you doing sales of something that you created, because you can also do it in other ways. But you can be a really good graphic designer or whatever, and you're still not going to sell this because you're not good at selling. Print on demand is a method of selling products without having stock.
Yeah, I just think that like, the main thing is to just like I think I got this from Ali Abdal. Like he has a really good way of thinking about it. Like, are you doing the? Yeah, I think you have to personally define: are you doing this as a business or as a hobby?
Yeah,
you don't you don't combine the two.
Oh, he was
like,
talking about this a lot with YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because
same,
like with a business, your main thing is that you're serving someone else, so you're giving them what they want. For a hobby, you're serving yourself. So if you're making your own creations that you own, like no that like you might make masterpieces that did really look beautiful, but no one might really want it because it doesn't really serve the customer. So I think the key thing is just to like determine, are you doing this as a business? Then you have to serve someone else. If you're doing this as a hobby, you can do whatever you want and just serve yourself, but you can't really expect to make the same kind of sales if you're not doing this as a business and serving other people.
And one more thing, I think everybody knows this, but POD is very slow. Typically, POD is very slow at making that money, right? Like you have to learn and still upload and all this stuff. You don't get like the money or the dollars per hour or in the beginning is really, really low if you want to look at it that
Depends
way.
when you
Like,
start it up.
yeah.
Again, different, because if you look at a content creator that's been doing
Yeah.
content for 5 years about
Mhm.
a niche,
Mhm.
they're probably going to make loads of money the moment they open a print-on-demand store.
Maybe. Oh yeah, because they already have that. But
Yeah, that's
for
what I
most
meant.
people,
Because if you're looking
for
at
most
print-on-demand
people,
as
it
I'm
doesn't.
doing
Yeah.
this, or I'm
Yeah.
using print-on-demand as
Because they
one
stacked
thing
it
in
on top of the
basket.
other one. Yeah. Definitely. But for most people who don't have a presence or nobody knows who you are and you're starting from zero, it's typically very slow to make your first $100,000 a month. It can take some time. So
There's also a related comment here, so I just wanted to address this quickly. Lisa says, I've always loved to create, but my problem is I love to create many different types of designs. So I'm having a hard time niching down. I think I create a lot of different
Me
types
too.
of designs
Yeah, you don't
and
have to
different
niche down.
topics. So what May was describing there is a little bit of a different approach to what me, Andreas, and Juna do. We sell on a marketplace, so we sell in all
I'm
sorts of
also on
niches,
marketplaces.
styles. But you focus on specific niches and have your own stores, right?
Some of them, yes, but some of them, no. Like on TeePublic, I have 2 stores on TeePublic. One of them is niched, and I'm using the Dashery for that. The other one is my dump. I've been using it for years, and this is where everything's come to mind. I have like, I think like 15 collections or something, like dogs, cats, puzzle, music, guitar,
So that's
family, whatever. And then I have
the opposite
Spoonflower
approach, right?
for like textures and like patterns. So those are completely different. Plus, I have the human design one. So I feel like, again, I have like a curated Dashery one. I have a Spoonflower. I guess it's not that curated. It's a marketplace, and I have it all over the place. Like my patterns are like really over the place. I have Jewish holidays. I have Slovak, like ancient, like Slovak carving art. I have a lot of things that look like crochet. I have Portuguese tiles. So a lot of stuff that go into that world. So that one is a kind of a mishmash, but again, it's textures. And I feel like, and I do know like one viewer of mine, so she's like all over the place when it comes to like the niches, I guess. But what brings them together is that she illustrates a bunch of stuff by hand, and then she scans them old school, removes the background, and use them for shirts and stuff. And she was always thinking about niching down, and I was like, no, this is your art. So if everything has the same style to it, then the style becomes the niche. Like her designs for coffee lovers or for people who love cats or for skateboarding are all under her specific type of illustrating. So
like that Steve Rhodes guy or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think the thing about niching down is that's great if you have like a standalone store that you're driving traffic to yourself and you have emails and you got to find that right customer. But like you're saying, if it's in a marketplace, I don't think you would really need to niche down because you're competing with everybody at that point. And so you could run ads to all kinds of different niches. So I don't know if you need to, if you want to build a brand and stuff, then maybe.
Like you say, like my problem is that I'm creating all these stuff and I'm having a hard time niching down. Maybe don't niche down. Maybe just go with the flow, and also maybe let the market show you what you need to niche down at. If something works, to be honest, it's not even if something sells, but if something helps you, like if something feels good to you when you're selling it, that will be your niche. Why are we spicy? I want to know. EMLP1WX.
We should. I had an idea. We should all get like spicy chips next time and eat spicy chips while we're.
Nice. You guys do that. I'm gonna finally get a hat or something. I really want to know, why are we the spicy council? I mean, Jay's not here, and he usually brings up the extra spice. Where's Jay today?
He couldn't make it. He had something else he needed to do.
Abandoned us.
Yeah, next time.
Disappointing.
Maybe he got stuck on the other side of the island and they don't have cars there, so he can't come
They did have a power outage last week. like last
Seriously?
Thursday. Yeah, like he couldn't have internet. We were supposed to do like a call on Thursday, and he couldn't make it because they turned off all the power there. That's crazy.
Jay's slacking, yeah.
Jeez.
I agree.
Slacking it up in his pirate shop in Belize.
It's pretty cool. He has videos about it. I've seen.
Yeah, I know.
Pirate
I'm
shop.
following him on YouTube.
Yeah,
I have been
that's
following him
such
from
a
the
cool
start of the
island.
Belize thing.
There's actually a giant anchor. His store is called Lost Anchor, and there's actually like a giant anchor in front of it that was there before, I guess, and so that's why they.
You know, it's really funny if like someone would come in and go like, "Excuse me, I found it."
It's not lost. Yeah.
And that's your job to make dad jokes, not mine.
I know, that was a good one. But we should have one of those.
Dad joke competition.
I'm gonna win that one. I'm gonna win.
Yeah. I gotta study up. Maybe that's what's making this spicy, all the dad jokes.
Yeah.
I think it's your hat. Maybe next time if you bring your visor.
Yes.
That'll be spicier.
Miss Abirico asks, what is the best advice?
Either Mr. Sabrico or Mrs. Abrico.
Oh, that's right. It could be Mr. or Mrs.
We have some more spices in the comments also.
Mr. or Mrs. What is the best advice you can give me? I'm a teacher in Morocco. Our salary is about $800 a month, and I want to achieve 1K a month using this account I have. I'm guessing this account is the Amazon account.
Yeah.
Maybe using maybe she meant like using the YouTube account.
No, I think she meant
Amazon. You think Amazon?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it gotta be like, I think went really deep into that before. Like it doesn't, like for any of us, it takes a while to get good at this. Like it's not something you learn like in a day. It doesn't happen super quick. Even like artistic geniuses, like none of us are that, but people that are really good at design, like I've had some YouTube comments where people are really good at design, but they can't really make sales. So that like being really good at design can sometimes be a detriment. So I think it's just to have like some patience with yourself and just try to get good at this one thing at a time per day.
I also think
join TPT.
If
she's a teacher, join the teachers pay teachers.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like if you want to sell printables, educational printables on Etsy, that's great. You would sell to people, but you can sell educational materials to other teachers on TPT.
And the teacher niche on Amazon is pretty big too. I don't know if that's what you're selling, but my advice would be, if you already have $800 a month, so you know what's selling for you, I would double down on the things that are working best for you. And
the salary of being a teacher is $800.
Oh, the salary of being a teacher. I thought she was already making 800. She wants to make 1,000 PRD to not do the teacher,
probably.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dang it. So
I mean, it's hard to give advice because we don't really know your situation.
Yeah.
We don't even know if it's Amazon.
I would recommend to start with printables to sell based on education of what you're a teacher of.
Niche.
Because
yeah.
you have loads of people who are spamming Etsy with educational materials for kids, and then it comes up to like, oh, what grade is this? They have no idea because they're not a teacher. So they don't know how to, like, for example, when you talk about, and this is actually pretty good timing for this, if we're talking either on TPT or on Etsy or any place to sell printables, it's a really good time because in 3 months, kids are going to be on vacation and vacation is supposed to be educational. And a teacher would know what a student going from 3rd grade to 4th grade need to learn on their summer break more than anyone else. So I would recommend educational material printables. As for the teacher niche, unless you're going with volume and Amazon Merch by Amazon, from what I've seen works, were people who are making Instagram accounts or stuff like that with relatable content for teachers. And in that case, given the fact that it's in Morocco, I don't know the level of exposure that if this is a Mrs. that she's allowed or feeling comfortable doing online, I would recommend using your knowledge from being a teacher and taking that knowledge into selling either language courses, math courses, like a summer course for a child from a specific grade to a specific grade to jump into a grade, and or printables for that. That would be my recommendation. I would be like, yeah, print on demand is cool, but if you already have a profession and what you need right now is more money, take your profession and utilize it the best way. And for me, that would be courses and printables, not print on demand. Sorry.
Philip, you were onto something. What would you want?
Yeah, what you got something, Philip?
I can't even remember.
Oh,
I was thinking if you have an Amazon account, Amazon merch account, and if you are in a tier where you've already started uploading designs and selling designs, and you want to grow that to 1K, then the first place I would start is your sales, right? What's already been selling. I think you said that as well, Juna.
if you have sales.
Yeah, and then look at your own data first, see what hasn't sold, and stop doing that. Delete some of the stuff that hasn't sold and replace it. Focus on research. Focus on good designs, meaning they resonate with the target audience, which is, I think, one of the key points that people miss. And stay consistent. Try improve, keep improving, and you can get there. But yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah, and there's lots of free advice on YouTube too. So I would definitely try and learn. Think of it as like you're a teacher. You need to learn in school, right? Like learn what it takes to do that. There's lots of good advice out there.
People are so underutilizing the stuff that they already went through. I feel like majority of this comes from the fact that I was like, from the digital nomad community, I was talking to like a lot of people like, oh, I really want to start traveling, but my business is very physical, or like I can't do that. And I've seen like a digital nomad architect, because what she was really good at was doing the sketches. So she was actually hired by architectural companies to do their sketches from the go, which is online, or doing like space consultation. So you can take everything you have, everything you've learned. I'm not one-on-one completely. Also, by the way, as a teacher, you can also work online as a teacher if you want to replace some of this income. But when you have any kind of profession, anything you're good at, then you can translate it into some of it, 50% of it, 20% of it, to an online business. So it doesn't just have to be. I feel like a lot of people will get stuck on, I have to sell printable wall art on Etsy. I have to make it work with print on demand t-shirts. I have to make it work with this, just because they really like the person that they're following that does that, instead of really realizing like this is a system, can work for you, cannot. This is a tutorial versus this is your life. What are you good at? Look at what you're good at. Look at what you can communicate and learn to expand from that. Because to be honest, if this person, I don't know, is a Arabic teacher, a French teacher, math teacher, whatever, then I'm pretty sure she can make more money trying to understand how to take the knowledge, edit it on Canva with like printables, much faster to do this than study design and marketing for niches.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people who make that switch from like being psychologists and started doing videos on psychology on YouTube. So a lot of people who can take their offline profession and translate it to an online income. It just doesn't have to be print on demand. Said at the Print on Demand Council. I feel like I'm the non-print on demand YouTuber here.
Spicy.
Now you're starting with the spicy. Come on.
Cool.
Lindsay was asking, what ads does everyone find work best? I've always heard Facebook ads increase traffic, but not really conversions.
I'm using Facebook ads from my Shopify store, but obviously I'm using Amazon ads for Amazon. So depends where you're at, what you're using. Etsy ads if you're on Etsy, I guess. But yeah, Facebook ads have been working for me. You got to test, of course. Wish Chris was here. He can talk more about Facebook ads, but it works. It's not free, but it's not cheap, but it works.
But generally, I think it's the ads that are linked to your platform. With Shopify would be Facebook, but with Etsy would be Etsy ads probably work best rather than running Facebook ads to an Etsy store. I don't think many people do that. Same with Amazon. You have Amazon ads built in. So If you have access to them, it makes sense to use those.
And the nice thing I like about Amazon ads is they're already in the mindset of shopping and buying once they're on Amazon, where you may not have that when you're on Facebook. So when you're in Amazon and you see the ad, it's like I think it converts. I think it converts a lot more because you're already in Amazon wanting to buy, and so you see something. Whereas Facebook, you're not necessarily going to Facebook to buy. You're going on there to look at stories or catch up with friends or whatever, and then you see the ad.
And most of the ads are just like getting in your way.
Yeah.
So
Never
So
use
spend is
ads.
al-
No, I don't know.
Yeah, spend is always going to be higher. Like I did a lot of Facebook ads, but for artists, like a while back. But like spend is always going to be higher because you have to interrupt someone's flow to get them to where you want them to go. Whereas on Amazon, they're already going there with their wallets open, wanting to purchase something.
I'm getting
it's
something.
a lot. Yeah, so it's a lot easier to sell on marketplaces because that's literally what they're built for. Facebook is there to connect with friends and social stuff.
Hope that helps.
Somewhat related to that question, is organic marketing still effective for POD? That's a question for May, I think.
May has never run ads ever.
Oh, there you go. So yes, it does.
The only thing I ever ran ads on were blog posts that I was trying to promote because I think it was like 2015 or something that Facebook did this thing for Facebook pages where if you're not promoting something with Facebook ads, then they're literally limiting your organic reach. So I was like putting $1 into every post that I posted on Facebook that refers to a post that will refer to a product. To me, organic marketing has always been the best, and that's where you have to niche down. I have, for example, like if I'm looking at not just from the print on demand, because again, like one of my niches for human design. So I have the print on demand store, which is a little bit more targeted for specific human design, and I have the printable stores that has like guides on different aspects of someone's design or stuff like that, which if anybody doesn't know, it's like let's say astrology if someone doesn't know human design. So for example, what I would do is I'm writing an article about something, and in every article that I write, I usually like refer to some kind of freebie that I have, and all of the freebies refer to other products. So pretty much every time that I post something on my Substack, and my Substack is like very small right now, I have like 500 followers, but every time I post, I would see either a sale of my book, because that comes from the footer, from the emails that people get, either a sale of my poetry book, or I'll get a sale in my shop, or like in the print on demand shop, or I'll get a sale on the shop for like digital products. So these are like PDFs. I think they're ranged, like from $12 to $30 or something for each. Pretty much every time I post a new post, that's where it comes from. But when you talk about organic marketing, you have to think about what is the thing that gets people to get this. So, for example, if I'm talking about one of the I Chings, which is a part of the Chinese wisdom that human design is built on, and I'm explaining it, I have a freebie that explains the basics of the I Ching, and then an $18 PDF that explains all of the 64 I Chings. So every time I create a post that mentions the I Ching, I put a link to both of these. I would usually see, I think, around 10 or 12 downloads of the freebie, and several people will purchase the paid one from that. But there is a flow here, because you started people off with a piece of information, and they want to go deeper into, like, I'm looking at one of the I Chings compared to something that is happening now, and they want to understand the basics of it. Or if you're looking, for example, I would make like a post and like, for example, one of the human design centers, which is kind of like the chakra system. So the identity center in business, how does it affect in business? How does it affect in life? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? And that sends to a special workbook that I have for people without an identity center, how to manage life. This is a 40-page PDF that is basically self-work and shadow work and a bunch of other stuff, and journaling. And so a lot of this comes from, you give some kind of value to prove that, first of all, if people subscribe and sign up, you already gave them value. They don't want to unsubscribe. And the minute you gave them value and that value opened up more questions, it also kind of proved you as an authority on the matter. I also weave in personal stories of mine. And I do
Nice.
notice that in places that I'm like more talking about, like every time that I made like a post, like from the Manifestor blog, which is another Substack publication, which is a little bit more niched, every time I made a blog post that somehow talks about my experience in business, the Manifestor business guide was sold.
Wow.
And then every one of my posts in the footer ends with me wearing some of the merch that is on the website. Like it's literally, I'm literally wearing it now. I'm not even trying. So a lot of the merch is something that I would have on me, or I would have people DM me or reply to my email on Substack asking, where did you get that t-shirt? Or where did you get that sweatshirt? Where did you get that hat? I have that also when I post stuff on Instagram, because I also have like the same thing as in a cap, not a cap, as a beanie. So once you are living your niche, this is the organic marketing. This is where it comes into effect. When you are living, discussing, and being inside your niche. And I think it's very much effective, not just for print on demand, but for everything. I
Very
still
cool.
find it extremely effective, and I'm very happy not running ads.
I'm wondering, is this person talking about
Also in Pinterest. Pinterest works amazing too. You don't have
That's
personal
free.
connection. And Pinterest does bring shoppers, by the way. Like
for free
people go to
using
Pinterest sometimes
Pinterest?
to look
Free
what to
free
shop.
Pinterest.
Free Pinterest. Yeah, I told
Nice.
you I've never done ads for products.
I'm wondering if this person talking about organic traffic for Amazon or organic traffic for Shopify, because organic traffic for Shopify, you would have to do some of those things that you're saying, like a blog post or social media or something like that. But it's a lot harder, I would think.
It can be really hard. Like, so for me, everything is blog posts because I'm talking about Substack.
Yeah.
But by the way, Substack gets more organic traffic than I've ever seen in ever for
Wow.
blog posts. Because the thing is, if you think about it, when you post something on your Shopify store, so Google is basically when they're trying to recommend, even though again, people are going to ask AI the question or get recommendations from AI. But for those who do search on Google or whatever in the normal search, then your website, your domain for your Shopify store has much lower engagement than Substack.com and Medium.com. So your articles on these platforms are going to get more traction. I get a lot of traffic from SEO to my Substack
Nice.
posts. So I think and again, but this is not, 10 best gifts for Christmas or gifts. This is not these kinds of posts. If you're talking just purely organic traffic by making the right keywords, I'm pretty sure most of them are saturated. And in most marketplaces, Etsy is not going to recommend a keyword just based on a keyword because there's 1,000 people. So unless you're the one who's selling more, they're not going to recommend you. They're going to recommend the listings that are already selling, the listings that have good reviews. With Pinterest, however, I find it easier to bypass that because there is no conversion or stuff like that. And then also people see a very big amount of pins when they scroll. So I think organic traffic from Pinterest can also be a very good idea.
You can see we're getting quite a bunch of Shopify and Facebook ads questions. We need Chris here, don't we?
Yeah.
We're not
he would be
really the
helpful.
right people to ask, I feel like, about Shopify.
Maybe you should take screenshots of this and put it in the group and make him feel guilty.
Yeah, Chris, why not joining us anymore?
Have you forsaken us?
Yeah, the best person to ask about something like this, for example, are catalog ads best for Facebook? I would ask Chris or Meg.
The carousel.
I think they recommend
the catalog ads for Facebook should be done with a pixel that takes in what the person saw in your shop or based on their interest, not something that you input yourself.
I think I am using catalog ads actually.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I haven't done it, but I've been in calls with both Juna, Philip, and Chris, and I think the thing that he always mentioned now that works the best is probably catalog ads. Bye bye, Carla.
See you, Colin.
But it's you're using the catalog ads, right?
I'm pretty sure that's what I'm using.
Yeah. But yeah, I wish Chris was here.
There was
he
a
would know
question
more.
before that we could tackle, and then maybe
That's-
we'll do like one or two more questions, and they'll
That's it.
start ending it. So this one was from Asaplovsky. Asaplovsky.
ASAP, Slowski.
Oh yeah.
That
Yes.
would be really funny because as soon as possible, slow.
Oh, there you go.
That might be the twist, yeah. How do you find niches to sell in? It feels like anything with demand is too competitive, and anything niche down doesn't have enough demand.
You're trying to find that sweet spot. I don't mind competition too much. Like, it can't be totally blown, but if you have something that can compete with what's already out there, I think that's still okay. So for me, competition means that there's interest in it at least. So that's better than the other alternative where there's no demand at all. But yeah, definitely, tools help. Adam's really good at it, so having him going to your school community and looking what he suggests is really nice too. But there's definitely tools out there too, like
I wouldn't be scared of high demand, high competition niches either, unless if you like very, very limited for slots. If you're an Amazon merch and you only have 25 slots, then it'll be tough to compete in those high competition niches. You just can't really test a lot, and you don't have ads. So in that case, it's tough. But other than that, I wouldn't shy away from them. You just have to have good designs.
Has to be
not just copy bestsellers. And if you do have ads, test with ads. Just try and rank them.
I have a really simple way of just viewing that, because making all my apps has forced me to like simplify it down to the first principles. And how I just see it nowadays is that, like, if you want to be in niches, at least if you want sales all year round consistently, then you want to be in emotional or celebratory milestones that happen every single day that people generally want to buy gifts for. If you're in those niches that fits that criteria, then you're generally good, no matter the competition. Because the second problem to that is to just add value to that. But the niches themselves, in my opinion at least, as long as it's an emotional or celebratory milestone that people generally want to buy gifts for, that happen every single day. If you're in those types of niches, then you're good. Think like retirement, engagements, bachelorette parties, things that happen every single day, like people having babies, for instance, or people getting married, people getting together, and so forth.
For me, it would be statements. I pick my niches based on the stuff that I would want to wear. If it's clothes, I would pick them based on what I want to see on my walls. I would pick them based on what I want to see on my laptop sleeve, what I want to see as a mug when I wake up and drink coffee in the morning. Because if you're genuinely excited about something enough to want to wear it on a t-shirt, I guarantee you're not special. Someone else will be excited about that too. Like, you're not special in the most beautiful way possible.
Thanks, team. And yes, the name is a joke because I'm lazy.
ASAP slow, Sky.
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, love
Funny.
it. Cool name. Definitely double take kind of name. I also think if you're struggling, like if you're saying you're niching down a lot and then there's not enough demand, don't niche down too much. For example, birthday designs, birthday niche, that's a huge one. But you don't want to go down too much. Rather than having a birthday design that's for everyone turning 10, which is very, very broad, maybe just mix it with basketball. That still has a massive audience, but it's just niched down enough to make it easier to sell that design.
Or if you're doing it for people who are older, make it like extremely cynical.
Yeah. But the simple way, because the thing that you're saying, Philip, is like right on the spot. The thing that I would like is scale it back down to just make it simple, is that as long as you're targeting one person, like you can't target any people who has a birthday. You can target one type of person. So maybe it's, for instance, someone who likes dinosaurs and is becoming 1 years old,
Mhm.
and it's a boy, for instance.
Honestly,
That's
I would do
one-
it if it's a girl, because I think that if it's a boy, they will be able to find dinosaur for boys more in the store than dinosaur for girls.
It could be.
That would be my approach to this.
Good
Because if you
point.
think about it, the whole point of Print on Demand is I can't find it in a store. This is not accessible to me as much as other things. That's why I would pay more.
You could take boys. This could be an angle, right? You could take boys' hobbies that girls are also interested in, but cannot find stuff easily
Yeah.
for.
That's
Pink
one way to
birthday
stand out.
soccer
You're standing out
t-shirt.
now
Yeah.
because nobody else
The
Birthday
has
girl
it.
who played soccer.
Yeah, just don't niche down too much and make it a design for a 5-year-old born in 2021 who likes both dinosaurs and basketball. Then you're probably not going to get a sale, and you only have the
Yeah,
chance
that's
to get a
very, very
sale for
niche.
this year.
No, but I
Yeah.
think like the double niche in general, like not just like for a birth, but like because here you have like birthday versus dinosaur. So I'm pretty sure like the most of the stuff that I'm selling on TeePublic are a combination of coding and cats.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, or coffee and cats, or summer and
But with all
Most
these,
I have combination of coding and cats and cats and puzzles.
but the cool thing about this is that it's all just referring to one type of person. It's not like you have, for instance, like a like I love cats myself, and like if like I do POD, I do music. So if there was, for instance, like a cat playing guitar, for instance, with some type of reference to, I don't know, coding or something, that could be cool, or just a cat. I think a cat playing guitar is even big on Amazon, right?
I don't have a cat
I've
playing
seen it.
guitar, but if you want to have a lot of cows playing guitar, I have cows
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
saxophone.
But the
Yeah.
key thing is just you can only target one person. You can't or one event or one milestone. You can't target any more than that, because if you do, you're not really targeting anyone. So as long as you target one person, one milestone, or one event, I think you can. That solves the problem really.
It also
Yeah,
really
and-
goes well with the tarot niche, like tarot cards that is actually a cat, but is actually a pumpkin, but is actually
Wow.
I sold a bunch of like cow tarot cards, or a
Cool.
tarot card that's like the coffee, the
Yeah.
iced coffee, the pizza, the avocado. Yeah, they sell. I don't know who wants to walk around the street. with a
collection. You
t-shirt.
got a collection now.
Yeah, but why many? But I don't know who want to walk down the street with a T-shirt that has a tarot card on it that says the avocado toast. But fine. I think like avocado toast is right up there with almost up there as ramen noodles, because I did sell also tarot cards that says
Oh yeah,
the ramen
it's huge.
soup. The ramen soup as a tarot card. Yep.
Mhm.
There's a cat design that's insanely popular with a Japanese type of style, with a cat eating ramen. It's insanely popular.
Yep. I have that one on one of the tarot cards.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a corgi eating ramen right there.
We know.
Ah, the logo is. Yeah, I remember it. The
Famous.
logo is.
I miss your corgis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Did you know we're all going to meet? We're all going to meet the new Dachshund Wiener dog puppy in our son.
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Really?
That's right.
Meg and Chris have a puppy, and they can't just leave him alone in the house, so he'll be with us a lot.
Wow.
Aw.
Mascot.
Yeah, BOD mascot. I should bring Milo.
Yeah, they would have fun.
He wouldn't have fun in the plane, I guess. But
No.
Oh no, he would
probably
not.
he would hate
Unless
flying,
he's an
but-
emotional support animal, he's not going to enjoy that ride.
he didn't like driving in a car for like 3-4 years, so we only just
Oh,
got
then
him
you
used
would-
to that. So we'll.
I
not
hope you
say
mean he
go-
doesn't like being a passenger in a car, not driving a car.
Driving, definitely driving.
Yeah, you let him drive. I don't know. I didn't know that it was legal in.
He just steers. He steers.
There's a special rule here in our county.
Can you imagine an image like a scenery where you see a car driving by, but there's almost no one driving it, but you can see the wheel turning, and then if you look down, you see a wiener dog like, hello.
Actually, it happens. It happens in Bansko a lot because there's a lot of British people here with British cars. So
Uh-huh.
at first glance, it's like, who's driving this car? Oh, the wheel is on the
Nah.
other side.
That's funny.
Funny you say that, because a couple of years ago when I did a road trip to Germany in my British car, my brother just like he was sat in the driver's seat position for Germany.
Mhm.
And he would just like hang his legs and arms out the window, and the oncoming cars would be like, huh? Like, how's he driving? Yeah,
It's funny.
I feel like a lot of these jokes, like, you know, your dog is driving. It's like some of these things are reasons why they have like weird laws in the United States. Like, you're not allowed to put a crocodile in your bathtub, or you're not
Some
allowed to
weird
ride your
ones.
horse faster than a police car. It's like someone did those things to have that be a law. So maybe, you know, in
Probably.
the future, we're going to have it like in the UK or in Germany, like you're not allowed to have your dog drive your car. Because unless someone does it, I don't think they have a law on it yet.
That's funny.
I thought the rubber band ball was the mascot.
Yeah.
you bring
Oh,
that
where's the
ball
rubber band ball?
I see
Back
it
there.
back
Seen it
there,
in a
right?
while.
Right there.
Yeah.
Are you still
Still
growing it?
I haven't fed it in a while.
Fed it.
It's like your Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's final question.
Last
This
one.
we can answer. Yassier asks, what's the #1 best upscaler tool for detailed high quality graphic designs for each one of you? Oh, interesting.
We did a video for this,
Philip.
Philip. We did a video, right?
We did, yeah.
The prompties.
The prompties. Yeah, if you haven't seen that was a cool idea from Juna. The Oscars for beauty.
Yeah.
And this
was
AI
one of the
tool.
categories. One of the categories was best AI for upscaling.
Okay. What's your favorite, Andreas?
I've done a lot of research on it because I have an upscaler in my own tool now. So
There you go. That's the best one right there.
Yeah, in my opinion, it is because I don't even know what it's called anymore because it has this weird API name. Because I tried to do it like in just the browser, but it doesn't do enough. It just goes from like 1,000 to like 2,000 for free. I don't know the name of it, but the one that I'm using for my API, it's I've tested out so many different ones, but I found that one, which I'm blanking on the name on, is the best one. But it's an API key though, so at least it's an API that you use, so it's not one that you can just plug in and play. So you have to connect your own thing to an API.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm excited to see you test it, Philip, if you ever want to, because I'd love to both get your take on it, but they upscale it specifically combined with the background remover, because the background remover is instant because it's not using AI, it's just using what I have in my head, and the upscaler is though pristine when it's background removed. Because the cool thing about the background remover, sorry, I'm really excited about this.
I can't tell.
yeah. But you know how like sometimes like if you make designs and you have you make like an eye, and then like within the eye you have like some color that you want removed, but it doesn't remove it. Do you know what I'm referring to?
Yeah, because it's not blocked out. It's already inside something, right? So it's not. It's
Exactly.
only removing the background.
It's a
but
white
not the-
background.
Yeah.
And then white is in the eye as well. You don't want the eye to be removed.
I can show you if you want to on in the app, but it does this automatically. So like if there's anything within the app, within the design that you actually want removed, instead of like using a magic wand, you can use a magic wand within this one too, but a much simpler one within my own app. But basically, you it takes away all those things that you find a nuisance basically of. So if there's something within like a block here and that you actually want removed, but it didn't do that well, it just takes away that too. Plus, if you have a if you have this really, really complex designs that you really want to, and you actually like know a bit about like design and stuff like that, which all of us do here, there's a complex background remover, which uses halftone. Let me just see what the names are because I blank on the names. It uses masking instead, using halftone and diffusion as ways of like removing the backgrounds.
Cool.
Plus, on top of that, again, I'm really excited about it. With the click of a button, because you know how you also want. The cool thing with my halftone one is that if you just want to remove the outlines, for instance, of a specific designs, it can also tackle that.
Wow.
And the cool thing is too that if you have a black design that you just want to make white, you can just click a button and it'll give you the white version too.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Wow.
I talked for half an hour about my apps, so I'm not going to do that now. But yeah, I'm really excited about it.
That's really cool. Good to see it.
Which one of you was you now when it comes to upscaling?
So for the promptees, if you're going to watch it, what we did was the best free, we did free and paid. So the best free upscaling one was Upscale. With an honorable mention to dgb.lol. That's what I use just because I've been using it for so long and it's free. But the paid one was Topaz Gigapixel, and it upscales huge. And long story short, that when we did the promptees, like, I don't know, it is the best paid one, but because we're doing POD, do we really need to upscale it that finely and that big?
Depends
and
how big the items you're selling. I mean, if you're
That's
doing
right.
POD,
If you're doing
you
that
can
Canva
t-shirts,
thing that you
shower curtains.
Yeah, if you're doing that, but for t-shirts, we probably don't need that big of an upscale, that much power.
Right.
But that was the best one.
What did you grade them on? What was like? How did you determine what if something was good contra bad?
Basically,
Our opinion.
Philip and I brainstormed and we came up with the best ones.
Yeah.
Solid. Nice.
Basically that, yeah. No, just the quality of the result.
The quality, yeah.
And the speed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
That's kind of, does it work? How well does it work compared to some of the other ones that are in the same category? So we based it off of the other upscalers. And
so the answer to that question, I would say, is Topaz Gigapixel. Do you need it for t-shirt upscaling? No. It does. It has better results.
Overkill.
Like it's the best, but it's overkill for t-shirts.
But for something bigger,
with massive canvases that don't fit through.
No, massive canvases. By the way, just so you know, if you're talking about shower curtains, then you're talking about 250 DPI. If you're talking wall murals, then we're talking 300 DPI. But for most canvases, you need 150 DPI.
Yeah.
So the scaling here can be very different.
150 DPI, but that size.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing.
You still got it at that giant size.
If you look at the size of a shower curtain, and you need 300 DPI or 150 DPI, that's literally double the size of the pixels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so,
I do think the key thing with any upscaler, though, since I made my own now, is compression, because you get a 20 to 30 megabyte file, and then you need to compress it while still maintaining all the pixel value without the compressor like making it look. Because if you depending on how the compressor is made, it can like make something that is white more yellow and give it yellow tints. So I think the key with any upscaler is to like make it 20-30 megabytes and compress it while still hitting the at least in my head it's at least 300 DPI for a t-shirt design to ensure that there won't be any quality issues later down the line. Because like with Shopify, you
get away with less. But
you can definitely, but like
do less.
But like a big issue, like a big issue, for instance, with sublimation prints, is that like generally with most print providers, if you have a line that's less than 5 pixels, like smaller than 5 pixels, they usually don't print well. But what I've found with at least 300 DPI designs, that is almost always fixed. At least with sublimation prints, it sometimes happens with different print providers when it comes to t-shirts. But with sublimation, that usually is not a problem, as long as the file itself is at least 300 DPI.
Personally, I never used any of those. I use Big JPG. Their free version is very limited. You think you can upscale times 2 or times 2. The paid one is like $20 a year or something. And it upscales times 8 your original size. You can upscale multiple ones at the same time and download them at the same time. Unlike a lot of upscalers, it gives you the same file that you put in. Because like my other thing that I like is ideogram upscaler, but ideogram upscaler pretty much downloads everything in PNG. And that's where you get a size like a file that weighs a lot more than if the file was JPEG. So with Big JPG, the file you upload is the file you download. If you upload JPEG, then it downloads with JPEG. And they do have like a selection, like, are you trying to upscale a photo or an artwork? So it's pretty basic, but upscaling like multiple designs, because I've done it when I had to do like a series of stuff. So I just put like 65 things and just upscale all of them in the same exact method or
Wait,
way.
so you upscale to JPEG?
Yeah. With big JPG, if you upload a PNG and you upscale it, it downloads a PNG. If you upscale it, if you take a JPEG, it will download it as a JPEG. And
I
it
think,
will be
yeah, JPEG is just in the name, I think.
it's the
what
type
I'm
of
thinking,
file. It's the
like,
type of file.
converting things in the like this is from what I know. Like, converting things in the browser using to
Not,
JPEG is insane.
no, not converting anything. That's exactly what I said. It doesn't convert the file.
It
Okay,
stays
so
a
it
JPEG, but a
With
upload
bigger
format.
the
JPEG.
ideogram, for example, now if you
Okay.
create with ideogram, you can choose to download something as a JPEG or as a PNG. But the minute you
Okay.
upscale it, it downloads only PNG, and the file is huge. So with
okay,
big
okay, okay.
JPG, the minute you have a JPEG and you upload it, it upscales it and you download it back as JPG. So these are the two that I'm using. And one of the canvases that I was able to look at from the giant ones, this is the 50 by 150 centimeters. I don't know how much it is in inches. How much is 50 in inches or 50? So 150 is like 60 inch. So this is a 20 by 60 inch made with ideogram and upscaled with ideogram and printed perfect.
Nice.
60 by 20 inches. So if that can print on that, then I'm good.
That's also, the thing that got me curious was that, like, when I dabbled a lot with compression, I just found that converting to JPEG is really good. But for you doing JPEG with T-shirt designs is not ideal because it still gives you a white
I
background.
wasn't talking about
Yeah,
t-shirts.
you can't.
I wasn't talking about t-shirts.
Yeah, I misread you. So that was that.
Cool.
Mostly canvases and other stuff.
I have I know that was supposed to be the last question, but somebody wrote, I want to ask Mr. Juno about his latest video.
I think because they said Mr., you have to. Like, it's very formal.
Now. Yeah. So what could happen, the reason why you may not see it is because it only works on certain types of files, like I said in the video. So, and only certain sizes. So it's really meant for smaller AI art. So if your file is too big, or if it's not the right file, it's not a JPEG, PNG, HEIC, and I forget what the other one was, then you won't see it. But you can click on it, hit edit, and if it is the right file, you'll see it under Magic Studio as one of the options to pick Magic Layers. So that's why you may not be seeing it. It will not show if you can't use it, and you can't use it if it's either too big or not the right file type. That's it. Quick answer. Yeah, try dragging in something that you created in ideogram or something like that and drag it in, and then you probably will see it. Something smaller, not the full 8 times ideogram, just a regular one.
Okay, that's it for the questions. We actually went through everything.
Value.
Except for some of the Shopify questions, maybe. But yeah, thanks to everyone who joined in.
Yeah, thanks for putting this together.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Austin.
Yeah.
Enjoy, boys.
And I will send you a list of places to eat, Andres. You want that list too, Philip?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or maybe I'll just put it in the WhatsApp.
Especially if we're going to have 8 meals per day.
Top 10 places to eat near Austin.
Do it, and the best thing would, like, I'd love that, because we're gonna be there from Monday and for a week, and then we're gonna go out to dinner, me and Philip and Linnea, on Wednesday.
Fun. Before
and
Wednesday.
yeah,
nice.
since when Philip will arrive. So
Nice.
if there's any like close ones, because you said that there were some close ones to the hotel too, right?
Yeah,
because
I think Philip said there was a Mexican one, right, nearby.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah,
because we could try that when you arrive, if you want to.
We could, yeah. I love Mexican. I'll ask Meg for the link to that one.
Yeah,
awesome.
We need to see pictures and ratings of what you ate.
Hell yes.
We'll start a food channel when we're there.
Yeah, we'll bring all this camera equipment just to film food videos. So yeah, it'll kind of be a in-person POD council next month with everyone who's
Cool.
there.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's like 10, 15 people. How many people
Mhm.
coming? It's quite a lot. So yeah, this was fun.
Awesome. Always fun.
We'll see you back sometime. Maybe we'll even go live in Austin. Who knows? We'll see.
Ooh,
That'd be
okay.
fun.
That'd be fun.
Because you can do that with the DJIs as well. Apparently, you can connect it to YouTube and then go live straight from the.
Wow.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I even like I didn't try the live stream, like the live function, but the cool thing is that you can like lock two people too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like play around with it and like move
Yeah.
and move video.
it's really
Very
awesome.
Welcome to the world of DJI.
Fun stuff.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll probably get it next year when you guys all have already done it and mastered it, and then I'll
Tested it.
jump on.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next.